Hello, welcome your faces to the Oversalt Bronze to Top 500 semi-finals HB Motors versus It's Crunch Time. I'm George, joining with me is Hyper, my colorcaster, and it's excitement time. We're going to play some Overwatch, let's go.
Let's go. Let's hope to see some really good plays today with the Motors and It's Crunch.
Yep, sound. So our first map is gonna be Rialto, and now what I really love about this map is all the high ground control that you can get, all those cheeky Lucios as well, standing in for the boop on that first bridge. Let's hope we can see some of that. That's going to be really fun to watch for us, but we shall have to see what we get into. What are you expecting to see on here now, Ifa?
I would love to see a double shield actually today. I'd like to see some Orisa action, especially on the first point, pulling them off the bridge maybe. That would be nice. I'd like to see some pharmacy maybe. And definitely some Widow. That would be really nice to see, especially on the first 2 points.
Okay, but are we going to?
That is the question, because current meta is the way that it is. I definitely think we will see McCree or Reaper. I will 100% expect a May from one of the two teams. We'll see what they will pick.
We'll have to see. Well, I'm just gonna say I love this meta. This meta is great. Keep it up, Blizzard. Just tone down the May a little bit, and as expected, on one of the sides there is that Ryan Diva composition that we all love to see. And blue team HB Motors rolling out on. They're not rolling out on Torb, surely.
But let's hope. Haven't. There's the Widow, and both the teams are running with them.
Yeah, both teams. I'm sorry, you can continue.
No, I'm terribly sorry. We're seeing a Roadhog. I am surprised. I haven't seen a Roadhog in a long time here.
See, Roadhog's one of those picks where it can just catch you off guard. Maybe go in for a cheeky pick and then switch back to the Diva a little bit earlier, but we'll have to see. The gates are about to open, but there's ENZ right back on the Diva, and let us go. Just taking that cart right across the bridge. No Lucios here to boop us off today. I do not think so. And we see HB Motors backing up quite early, actually, not taking that fight to the first corner at all. They just want to get themselves in a really good position so they can have a fully fledged fight. Now we see it's crunch time, trying to take that flank on the high ground yet, and we see NZ on cart as well. Alex and Slade on the other hand, they're just right up there on the high ground. Gets the pick onto Sansky from the high ground. HB Motors seemed a little bit unprepared for that, in my opinion, and now the fight has ensued. However, Alex needs to be careful because of that May wall there, but now they are trying to just push HB Motors off the cart, and succeed they will, with Prebuzz going down as well.
Yeah, Emotus, they kind of rolled out with a slow composition on the low ground, but I don't know if it paid out for them, because Crunch Time just rolled.
Yeah, but look at the stall that Emotus is getting on this cart. Simi is just not dying on this Diva pick here, but I might have spoken too soon. No, gets away as well. However, K goes down to the Reinhardt charge just as the stragglers start to come back. I doubt they'll fight this though. And Cindy's just still vibing on the cart on that Lucio as per. They are getting a huge stall here, I must say.
Cindy is so amazing on Lucio. That is definitely one of their strongest heroes, and today we're really seeing her shine with that amazing. Now, will they fight for the first point, or will they just give it up? It seems like they're gathering up, and they're...
Yeah, there they go, straight into those archers there. Nano boosts come out there onto Alex, but he does get frozen. Nano Shatter comes in. It's a massive shatter there from Alex. A humongous play just there. Kane does a last-ditch effort to get onto the cart, but gets frozen and pushed off. Well, very well executed there from It's Crunch Time.
What a beautiful combo there with the shatter, and on top of that with the McCree ult. It's just well done.
Yeah, well done to them. However, there are a lot of ultimates coming inside of HB Emotus, and I'd like to see some of these to be played with. We do see Airborne take that McCree on as well, just so maybe he can deal Slade a bit better. But we shall have to see. With 5 ultimates to play with, you shouldn't really be losing fights with those, but let's see what happens. It looks like Crunch Time trying to take the high ground over here, just making sure the HB Emotus can't get up here. But they're just going to walk up there anyway. Maybe watch out for a Maywall there, Prebuzz. You don't want any of that to happen. Maywall does come out, doesn't actually cut anyone off there. ENZ has to be careful. Boosts right in, comes straight back out again. And I wonder if the fight's going to come out here. There's the Blizzard coming out from American Chad as well. And doesn't manage to find that much value. Everybody seems to escape, except Prebuzz does get frozen, connects the charge onto Alex, and manages to finish with the kill. Diva Bomb coming in as well from City finds ENZ on that baby Diva there, as well as the Nano Boost from Sansky. And it looks like it's crunch time. It's just going to back off with the safe play.
Emotos only used 2 ults, which is amazing. And now they have 3 more ults and a McCree coming up. While crunch time is laying a little bit low. They have a Nano coming up and you know, they're shattered, but I don't know.
Yep, so we are just going to see them take a high ground once again. Prebuzz just got walled off right at the bat. However, Alex really needs to be careful there. The Blizzard coming in from Cade as well. Manages to find next to nothing, actually. That's unlucky there by Cade. But Alex comes in with another shatter. Manages to connect. The Maywall was ever so slightly too late from Cade. But the counter shatter there coming in from Prebuzz as well as Cinny's beat an airborne 30-37's Deadeye. Doesn't manage to find anything as well, because Alex is just going to push through with that Nano Boost and just get 3 picks, maybe even 4. What a Chad play there from Alex. You definitely deserve that one.
Emotos should have gone in a little bit more hard, but crunch time, they just rolled in, they devoted themselves to the ult that they had, and it was so well executed.
Yeah, very well executed there from crunch time, and they still have more ultimates to play with as well. And ANZ coming up on the bomb as well is just gonna be so good for its crunch time. And HB and Motus, they really need to be conservative with their ultimates here. They only have a Nano Boost and close to a self-destruct on their side, so playing careful definitely seems like the strategy here. But they seem to be meeting them at high ground. ENZ gets caught out of position there, frozen and demexed by Cade there. Shatter coming out from Alex as well, managed to stop Prebuzz there a little bit, but he just gets right back up. An airborne 13-37 manages to find the pick onto Alex. And Slade's Deadeye nullified there by the defense matrix from Simi, and it's crunch time. We're going to be backing up to spawn once again to pick up their tanks.
What a beautiful defense, really. And now crunch time is actually, they're low with 1 mech. I don't know if they were perhaps, they don't consider to re-get that mech. No, there it is. She got the mech, and now they're going in.
Oh, Cade's Blizzard taking advantage of that remake there. You're just going to have to throw it sometimes. Airborne 13-37 managing to capitalize on that. Alex going down as well. And it was very, very good just to use that ultimate early. You only used 1, and it paid off.
Now we see that the ultimates are pretty fair. There's 2-2, and they're building up very quickly. But will they be able to push through? They've been struggling up so far, and there are 2 minutes left. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, it looks like they're taking a different rotation this time. Maywall from Cade was just a little bit late there. Or a little bit early, rather, sorry. But the Blizzard also coming in as well. Slade manages to find 2 with that position, and what a great play from Slade there. He's going for a 3rd. Wow. Slade on the pop-off potential there. Manages to use the Deadeye as well. Doesn't manage to find any value. But it's crunch time. Very well executed fight there. Opening up Slade to manage to find all those picks. Well done.
Yeah, that new angle really benefited them and took Emotus a little bit by surprise. So
yes, took them a little bit by surprise, but we'll have to see. There can't be much room for surprises on this end of things. We do have the beat coming in as well, so they're going to have to be careful. Prebuzz already going down there as well. They might have to trade beats here. However, the Earth Shatter there from Alex is just going to find 3, but the sound barrier manages to keep them up as well. American Chad manages to win the major, but gets caught out of position by Airborne 13-37. Quiet wins the Lucio duel as well, and Quiet's going on a rampage here. Manages to find loads of picks. Earth Shatter coming in from Prebuzz, and Alex is in trouble. He's anti-dated. He was nano boosted, but it wasn't enough. And it looks like cleanup phase there.
Prebuzz, what a god. He really held that point so strongly there, especially with the nano really helping him out. That was so nice to see.
Yeah, very nice to see that from Prebuzz, yes. But you can only do that defense once more, and it's either a win or a loss from there on out. 30 seconds left for the size of It's Crunch Time, and next to no ultimates to play with. They're going to have to pull out some pull out some wacky strategies over here. American Chad close to the Blizzard, may be able to find some value, trying to freeze Prebuzz out, but the anti-nade coming in from Sansky there manages to find a fair few of them, and really need to be careful as Alex's shield does go down here. With 11 seconds left, they really, really need to be careful here. American Chad going in right in the front line. The Blizzard comes in from both sides, Slade with the Deadeye as well, but American Chad goes down to the hands of Cine. The bloodthirsty Lucio strikes again. However, Prebuzz goes down to Alex, and that's not good when you have no shield. Demon coming in. Airborne 1337 with the clutch Deadeye set up by the bomb from Cine as well. And he's going for a third as well. Last-ditch effort. Shatter trying to come in from Alex, but the sound barrier is not going to nullify it. And Quiet, last person in the car. I'm sorry, man, but you just weren't supposed to full push this one.
Wow, Airborne there really got such a great high noon, especially with that wall assist from Cade. What a great defense we saw.
Indeed, what a great defense they saw, but can they pull the same off on attack is the question. We saw some great plays from both sides. They look like a really, really even match couple of teams. So it'll be really interesting to see what HB and Motus can come out with on this attack.
Be really, like, very, very interesting to see what they will change, if they will change anything, if they will decide to go for a different type of composition, especially on attack. I don't know. Maybe because the McCree and May has really worked out really, really well for them. What do you
see? I think that the McCree pick was very good. When they managed to open up angles for Airborne 1337, he really just did. He just did his job without a shadow of a doubt. He managed to find the kills. And wait, what is going on? This isn't dive, is it? Okay, caught me off guard there. Sorry about that. But no, if they manage to open up Airborne 1337 for those picks, I think they could be in for a win here.
Slade had a really good play before with his McCree as well, so this pharmacy might be a little bit challenged by his McCree unless they can manage to put some pressure on him. No, there is a Widow now. Do you think that they will try to put a bit of pressure with the Widow against?
Well, more than probably. You have a lot of angles here to play with. Especially if you decide to roll out on this Wrecking Ball, he's a very, very good disruptor. And it'll be really interesting to see how this comp plays out against the quote-unquote meta. And Ian Zed, he's going to have a hard day trying to deal with this Farah and also the Ana shots and the Widow. Ian Zed is going to have a lot of pressure on in this match, I think. But as we can see, it's crunch time. They're just kind of backing up, letting them take the space that they deserve as they try and set up for a dive. Not trying to nullify them, but Airborne 1337 there. Again, open for the pick. And Quiet goes down to the headshot. And they're just going to back up all the way, it looks like. They're going to the high ground. And looks like they're going to struggle to get an angle here on the high ground, but we'll see.
They went full rotation, really defensive, letting Emotus take a lot of space on the map. And now they're diving in, going up against them, pushing that D.Va, pushing that. Wow, and they still give space for the Farah to put a lot of pressure on them, though.
Yeah, because if you're sorry, excuse me. There's been a lot of trades going on here, though, but it looks like HBM Motors is going to come out with the fight. And that's it. You have to take this aggressively, otherwise you're just going to dilly-dally in the choke. Alex is just going to come in and try and contest the cart, but his shield is down. He's not going to find many picks there. But his team is back to support him as well, and Prebuzz is in trouble. He's getting frozen by American Chad there, and he nearly goes off the map at the hands of Quiet, but the grapple manages to save him. Alex goes down to Cade there as well. Cade in a very good position there, opening up the Widow shot with a 0 shield there. Slade goes down as well. They have to use the barrage though, but it manages to find 3 kills. So I think that's valuable in my book.
Absolutely, extremely valuable barrage there that got them the point. I'm
okay,
not
Alex.
sure about that Ryan though. But that was such a great push from them. They're doing really well, and honestly, the Farah's getting a lot of space from the other team. I don't see the D.Va trying to push her away, and I'm not seeing really the McCree. Well, they switched here, didn't they? They do. Now they have a Sombra.
Yes, now they've switched to kind of a sort of a cyber dive, but instead of Genji, you have the Tracer and the Moira here as well. And the Sombra, I think, is going to be very good at shutting down Prebuzz. But let's see. We have Alex taking quite an aggressive angle, especially with Simi trapped in this room here. ENZ's bomb is going to come out. Doesn't manage to find anyone. Cade manages to find the pick on them. American Chad has managed to outduel Airborne 1337 there with that close range on the Sombra as well. And it looks like that they're just going to back up a bit. Maybe let Cade get some poke damage in, but nothing really much. But Simi is in trouble here on his own. Oh, he's going to get back out though.
See, the tank line here is very challenged now that the Sombra is in the play, and they're getting very much more mobility with the Winston coming in as well, helping out the D.Va. That Ana for Emotus, it's kind of in a risky game right now. I believe it will probably shut her down fairly.
Yes, as well, especially if she takes such aggressive positioning as she is there, and ENZ manages to find the opening to get the picks onto them and the McCree as well as the pulse bomb coming in from Cade Slade there as well onto Cade. The tanks are just like it's reset time. Everyone else died.
Unsure about those mines and how they would have helped them, but I guess that was just an unlucky little accident there on the queue.
Yes, I suppose, but you still have ultimates to play with if you're HB and Motus, and it looks like the comp swap is enforced, but it's crunch time. It's already on top of things, and they have comp swap as well, and they have the EMP coming in as well. So I think HB and Motus really needs to be careful. But if you can get a good bomb off here, then it's gonna be very good. Especially with Alex taking this high ground here. The EMP is gonna come in. D.Va Bomb comes in as well, doesn't manage to find anything, but Slade goes down, gets really low. Cine manages to find it on the Brigitte, and Primo's with the clutch charge onto Alex there. I don't see how you're winning this fight if you're at crunch time.
Yeah, that Sombra ult, for as good as it was, it didn't go through all the way. And now they're losing their Ana as well, which will bring more time for Emotus here to...
Yeah, look at all the space that Emotus are taking as well. They've taken that first corner, and Alex is in the spot of bother here. He's right out in the open, gets walled off there by Cade, and Cade manages to find it. The frag onto Alex there, and it's crunch time. It's just kind of been forced to back up here. And it looks like they're in a lot of trouble because look at where the cart ends up.
Yeah, they can't even take the first corner over there. They're literally taking a pond to the very last part of the point. I'm unsure if they can keep holding. Motus have a lot of ults that they can use to their advantage here.
Yes, they can, but you are coming up from the nano boost as well if you're it's crunch time, and looks like the brawl's going to win soon. A huge block up there onto Alex, onto Primo's shatter, and ENZ managed to find Cine as well, but Alex is antied and frozen. He's in a lot of trouble. Nano boost managed to find him, but he goes down anyway to Simi. But ENZ's having a field day. He's having a lot of frags going on, and Sansky's in a little bit of trouble here, surrounded by 4 members of its crunch time. Manages to go down there, and decent but scrappy hold there. From its crunch time.
Look at that stagger as well. Poor Ian. Oh my goodness, today it's not my good day. Ian Z there got staggered really hard, and that will lose a lot of time here.
Yeah, it looks like that was a very good stagger there. You've wasted about 40 seconds there. And especially if you're going to pick Airborne 30-37 like that, American Chad, what are you doing, man? He's crazy. But no, they're just kind of trying to regroup a little bit here. With the ultimates to play with as well, you've got 3 different ones on each side. You've got Cade with the Blizzard, but you couldn't counter that with Slade's Deadeye. Now, let's see how things plays out. Alex with the Shatter as well. You're getting close to 6 ults if you're at crunch time. But Emotus, they're no slouch on the ult game here, and it looks like the fight's going to ensue. Cade coming in with the Maywall onto Alex, doesn't manage to find anyone. Same with the clutch eat onto American Chad's Blizzard there, but you still have 4 other ults if you are it's crunch time. Della comes out from Slade, doesn't manage to find anything. D.Va Bomb coming in as well, but Cade manages to find the window for the Blizzard. Simi picked onto Slade there. Nanoboo's coming on to Alex as well. Finds the Shatter, but Pre-Buzzes is bigger, and the bomb's coming in as well from Simi. Manages to find Johan as well. With only 3 members left on the cart, you've only got a few meters left there to push, and it's just kind of a stall here. American Chad comes up the Maywall, but he doesn't manage to find much time, and I think that they're going to take it, and well done to HB and Motus right there for winning that fight. That was very good ultimate play there by HB and Motus. Well done.
What a great fight, and what a great usage of not only their ults but also their abilities. They really played so well there. It was amazing.
That's very good. Let's take one last look at this Deadeye here from Urban Feast.
There it is.
Manages to get walled up by his teammate Cade, and with a headshot onto ENZ, make sure that he doesn't get back in the mech. Very, very beautiful play. Very, very beautiful. But let's see if they can keep it going. And it looks like the next map is going to be, drumroll please. Next map is going to be Blizzard World. So, Blizzard World is not in the competitive map pool, but I think it's a very fun map. It's actually my favorite map, and we're probably going to see maybe a little bit of a Widow on the first choke. Like, what do you think?
I want to see a Widow, and I like the McCrees that I've seen so far. They've done such a great play. Really, from both the teams, we've seen such amazing, not only high noons, but overall great performance. So that is what I look forward to see. I would love to still see the double shield. I've yet to see a proper double shield. I expect a little bit of dive perhaps on the first point, but we'll see, because as we've discussed, this meta is full of surprises and constantly, amazing us.
Yeah, I think you're the only one that's excited for double shield there.
It might be. I'm a sucker for Riss and for Ryan, and seeing them play together, for me, it's been very.
No, but let's try and make the players have fun here. Let's hope for some dive, and let's hope for some Ryan Diva. I do love me a bit of meta this way. I'm sorry, but I do. But maybe that's the beauty of this meta. You are able to switch out that hit scan DPS position for a lot of things, just as McCree, the Widow, the Reaper. It's a very versatile position at the moment, and I think if a Motus can use that, or if his Crunch Time can use that, then as they look like very evenly matched teams, it looks like that they could be in for a surprise here. And it looks like that we're just going to take a little bit of a break here, but don't worry, we'll be back very, very shortly. Hello, welcome back to the Oversalt Bronze to Top 500 semi-finals. It's crunch time versus HBM Motors. We are going to be going for the opener on Blizzard World Map 2. And as you saw previously, HBM Motors managed to take that first one by the skin of their teeth. And well, let's see if it's crunch time can equalize, or let's see if HBM Motors can go for glory at the finals. Now, Blizzard World, very, very good map. Just my opinion, but very, very good map. Very good for Widow on this first point as well. But what do you think we're going to see, Hyper?
I expect some dive. I expect some increase. I hope to see a little bit more of the action type of game rather than the slow type of game. Might be seeing some balls again. Might be seeing some Sombra. Who knows? But so far, it's looking like the McCrees and the Mays are coming back in. At least for crunch time. Unsure if Emotus will put Airbone again. Yeah, there he is, the McCree on Airbone. And hopefully we will see just as even fights as before, because, I mean, last map was amazing to watch.
Yes, as well. We did see Airborne 1337 really, really shine on that McCree, and let's see if he can do it again. But Slade, on the other hand, you can't sleep on him. He was outdone a little bit last map, but he's had his really, really good moments, and we want to see that again from you, Slade, from you. All right, then. Well, let's get into this. Looks like they're just going to be rolling up to the choke here. No going for the flank underneath. No, they're going to be rolling right up, and it looks like HB Motors is going to be holding very, very close here. Both Maywalls are already out, so you can fight and shoot, but a huge anti-nade there coming in from Johan, and HB Motors has to back up a little bit here. Massive sleep dart as well there from Johan onto Prebuzz. But it's a little bit of a stagnant fight right now. They're kind of fighting for this statue, but HBM Motors looks like they'll have a better chance that they'll defending this on the point, which is a very, very secluded point, might I add. No really clear sight line to the choke, and yeah, it's crunch time. They've gone all the way behind, walled themselves up, gone onto the high ground. Now they have high ground control. Now it's time to get interested. Prebuzz manages to jump up, and a massive, massive anti-nade coming in there from Sansky. But Alex is just going to charge Prebuzz right in his face. He does not care, Alex. But Airborne 1337 manages to come up with 2 to equalize there, and Alex is in a lot of trouble, antied and almost 1 HP, and he goes down. And honestly, Airborne 1337, he's my MVP for that play, honestly.
Wow, that rotation was a great rotation, but then the focus, they kind of lost the focus in the middle of the fight, and then Motus kept it up.
They certainly did. You cannot sleep on this team. They're not just gonna lose 2 players and die. No, they're come to fight. They've come to win. But let's see what happens here. Rolling straight up to the point where it's crunch time. Maywall comes in from Cave, but it doesn't actually manage to split Alex from his team. Both Maywalls out, and it's crunch time. Have control of the point here, which I'm not too sure about. If you're HBM Motors, I think you're in a little bit of a trouble here. Deadeye used by Slade, doesn't manage to find anyone, but HBM Motors have the high ground. The shots are coming in from Prebuzz as well. Cade manages to find 2, but ENZ manages to find 1 with the bomb as well. But HBM Motors, again, getting the upper hand on that.
Emotus is not letting go of this point. They're defending it with their claws. But, you know, Crunch did give them a fair fight there, and they did take 2 ticks over there. So only 1 more tick, and, you know, they will keep.
Yes, it's going to be certainly a very, very close fight here. With 4 ultimates to play with as well on the side of HBM Motors. It looks like that they're not going to have too hard a time defending. Massive shatter there coming into Alex, though. Maybe if he just does that, he wins the point. Shatters 4 of them, gets nano boosted. But he's also slept there as well. And Emotus manages to find 2 again. What are you doing, Emotus? Slade with the pick on Cade as well to try and even things out. But Emotus is still in this fight. And Airborne 1337 is still alive. I speak too soon. ENZ manages to find him. But with 3 members alive from Emotus, it's another hold. It's another scrappy yet.
Airborne took out Slade there. That was just... Airborne was not giving up that point. He fought up to the very end. Emotus overall, they're not giving it up at all.
This team Emotus, they don't give a damn who they're against by the looks of it. They came to play, they came to win by the looks of it, and it looks like with the Diva Bomb to play with and the Nano Boost on its defense that it looks in their favor. However, you do have the Blizzard coming in from American Chad there as well. Airborne manages to go down, but an anti-nade coming in as well. Simi on the Diva manages to eat American Chad's Blizzard once again, and Cine with the pick onto him as well. But Slade with 2. It's going to be very, very interesting here. None of the teams are on the point, and it's crunch time. Could very, very easily just take the point here, as Slade does. Cade's come to 1v1 him a little bit, though. Manages to miss the flashbang there, but Cade, he's on his own. It's not looking good for him either. Airborne 30-37 manages to come back. Maybe he can kill 6, but unfortunately does not. And it's crunch time. Managed to take first point, but it was very, very close indeed.
That was really, really close. And the one that fought for the longest there and the hardest, I'd say that was Cine. She refused to give up that point. That Lucy play was amazing to watch. And now they're going up against each other again on the high ground. That's really interesting. But Crunch Time didn't really want to take the battle up there just yet. Waiting for that mech to come back. And let's see what happens.
See what happens. Maywell coming in just to deny them their positioning there. It looks like that they're both going to want to fight from this high ground. And HB Emotus going in for the aggressive one again. Manages to shatter no one there. I don't know how that happened. But Slade manages to find 2 with the Deadeye anyway, along with the Blizzard coming out there from Cade. But looks like Slade manages to clutch the fight out with his Deadeye. What a play there.
Slade was not too happy about the previous 3 fights, so he's taking back his revenge now, and we can really see he fired up there on his...
Yeah, it looks like he's been fired up there from that last closed hold, and it looks like he's not going to be stopped here unless HBM Motors can pull off something really, really good. And it looks like they're going to try and fight for this high ground there, but Alex is right in there. Cade comes behind him and freezes him up, but he gets nano boosted. Cade manages to fall as well from American Chad. Very, very good aim on that right click there. And Sound Barrier coming in from Quiet as well, just to make sure that Crunch Time does not lose this fight. Treebo's going down very low there as well as a last-ditch effort to stall a cat. He's still getting healed there. I speak too soon as the massive anti-nade comes in again from Johan. And Caster's Curse once again. It's Crunch Time wins this one.
They went in hard, they had the ults to their advantage, and they used them. And those nades, they were amazing. Took out Emotus' chance to survive, and that won them the...
Yes, it did, and it looks like they're not going to waste any of the space that's been given to them. And as I say that, they're just going to go back up straight up to Cat. But let's ignore that, and let's look at what's going to ensue. Simi just trying to get some poke out there, but it looks like they're just going to go for a defensive hold right in the first corner. You only have 1:48 left, so you don't really want to be too aggressive in risk of losing too early. The wall coming out there as well, but Simi again managed to find American Chad's Blizzard, and the shatter from Freebuzz managing to find almost everybody. Oh, Simi. This is the MVP Diva, managing to eat all of American Chad's mails there. And he's not going to get one off by the looks of it. And the stagger. No, the stagger. Not Ian Z, please.
Simi has eaten so many ults right now. I feel like there's a diet coming up after this match. Don't you think, George?
Yes. Might need a little bit of Weight Watchers after eating all of those blizzards, but okay. But let's see. We do have 3 ultimates each coming out. Blizzard coming in there from Cade as well. Doesn't manage to get the eats off, but the bomb is in. And manages to find Sansky there. Crunch Time is still in this fight. Airborne 13-37 manages to find a pick onto the baby ENZ. And Simi's in trouble on the cart and Antied alone. Manages to go down. Crunch Time have had it. Crunch Time have had it with just being defended so hard. They want to win.
Crunch Time is pushing hard now, and no matter what Emotus have said previously about not wanting to let go of the point, Crunch Time is just not listening. They're just going in and taking what...
Going in and taking what's rightfully theirs, especially with this Deadeye coming in from 13-37. They have no defense matrix to deflect it, so I don't know what's going to happen. The self-destruct coming in there from himself. Doesn't matter to find anyone, but the Biotic Nade there coming in from Scansy. Really good, and it pays off in the end. City with the pick onto Alex there as well, but they trade too. ANZ manages to get demexed though, so it's looking in favor of Emotus, but they have to stall this cart. It's overtime, and you very, very nearly pushed to the final point. But Airborne 1337 on cleanup duty as well. He's got his mop, he's got his janitor's hat, and he just wants to clean up everybody off this point right now. And that's so unlucky there for its crunch time. Very, very nearly had it once again, as they did on Rialto. But HB Motors managed to hold it once again.
Yeah, crunch time almost had it there. It was so close, but that nade on Ryan, it really pulled them off the whole pushing part. They got a good shatter, but that wasn't enough. Emotus took back what was theirs, and they held the last point. And will they be able to push all 3 points, just like they did previously?
Yes, they did. And now it looks like it's crunch time. Are going to have to pull off an impeccable hold if they want a shot at the finals. Which is going to be very difficult for them, but because they have another map to play if they win this one. But Emotus, they're no strangers to full pushing. They very well could. So we'll have to see what both teams decide to play here. And let's see. Comp drum roll in 3, 2, 1. No, it's fine.
No, but we saw Emotus being really strong on a push last time. I do expect to see them equally as strong on this push. See if they can push through all 3 points against Crunch Time. Although Crunch Time are kind of hungry for a victory here. I don't know. I see them a little bit more fired up this round.
You definitely see. I can see the energy in their gameplay. I can see the energy meter just going up with their gameplay. You can tell that these guys are sweating behind their computer screens, but is it enough? Are we going to see the dive, though, coming out from HB Motors? I certainly hope so. Maybe Cade gets to get out of May jail this one time, dude.
Let's hope so.
They're rolling out on the brig, maybe, though. Yeah, they're rolling out on the brig with this dive, so I'm not sure how well that's going to go for them. However, you do have the Anna, Sanskit on the Anna as well, so this could very well work, because you do have a lot of healing. But Crunch Time, very, very well positioned there on the point. Now they know that Airborne 3037 is going to be on the Sombra, so they're just going to be playing very, very carefully. You see them backing up to this corner here, making sure they keep control of that high ground. But HB Motors setting up quite perfectly there for a dive behind the sightlines. Another very, very large nade coming there from Sansky, and Airborne 3037 manages to find quiet as well. Slade demecks and kills Simi. But wait, what? Slade and Kimmy killed it. Slade and Simi killed each other. So I don't know what's going on here, but another nade coming in there from Johan as well. Prebus doesn't care, manages to find American Chad without being frozen there as well. And Crunch Time's in trouble. Maybe not, actually. They're 4 members strong. Quite managed to find Airborne 1337 as well. And but Prebus just manages to find 2 in the back there on that Winston. Pops the primal race just to get these tanks off of his point, and Simi cleaning up the rest. Impeccable there.
Here's the same Emotus that we saw on the attack the first round in Rialto. They're pulling exactly the same strength this time. They're working together, and they caught it way faster the first point than what Crunch Time caught it like on the previous.
Yes, they certainly did. However, they are pushing very, very aggressive here, as well as the Nano Dragon Blade coming from Cade there as well. His anti, though, there he needs to be careful. The lower and lower he gets, but he manages to get healed back up, and Airborne 1337 taking that opportunity to find and pick off American Chad there. And with the comp swap onto the dive composition as well, you really, really need to be careful if you're Crunch Time. With 1 pick strong there. They're still going to be taking an aggressive hold at Crunch Time, though. Even though with 1 member down, they're still going to be taking quite an aggressive hold on this high ground. With risk of them just being jumped on by Prebus. Well, let's see what happens here. It looks like Alex is just going to jump in here, trying to jump onto Sansky there, onto the Anna, but Prebus manages to find him. American Chad there, stopping the EMP from Airborne 1337 as well. Oh my goodness me. Very, very good play there from American Chad, but the fight is still ensued here. And then ENZ trying to get some damage onto that Diva, has the Diva bomb, but doesn't manage to find any kills there. But the cart here is still being pushed by Emotus, and Crunch Time really needs to stop it. Postbomb coming down there from Slade, doesn't manage to find anything there, and the Coalescence as well coming in from Johan. Now Crunch Time can push aggressive. Blizzard coming in from American Chad. This one does not get eaten. That diet plan looks like it's working, don't you think? And they managed to find the necessary picks that they need. Now Crunch Time can hold.
Yes, that was a tough fight, but I think that the switch... What is happening? Cindy just went in. She didn't care if they were the underdog. She just went in there and took 2 with her. But Crunch Time, I think that was a really smart move for them to switch for the Moira, get a little bit more of ult in a short amount of time, and challenging that Genji.
This is quite confusing with Simi and Cine.
I agree. I've had some struggles myself, actually, just seeing the names.
Yeah, well, look at this, though. Emotas are all over the high ground, not giving Crunch Time any space to work with, and it looks like they can't go for a productive dive here. Airborne 30-37, however, just chilling in the back line, looking to see if he can get any spawns. Hacks Quiet there. Does he manage to win the duel? Dragonblade coming out there from Kade as well. Nano boost from Dragonblade. And Quiet can't use the sound barrier because he was hacked by Airborne 30-37. What a play there being set up. American Chad manages to find Cynic on the Brigitte, but Emotas, they've managed to just pull it off. That was an impeccable play there from Airborne 13-37.
What a gorgeous blade as well from Kade. Going in, even if he died for the Moira, he pushed out and he got so many people with him and did so much damage there under a short time. Amazingly well.
Yeah, that's it. Airborne 30-37 is my MVP here. That was amazing play from there. Hacking that Lucio and dueling him so he could not get that sound barrier off, even though he was hiding. Ridiculous. But anyway, we're just going to see Crunch Time. They're back on the Rhine Diva composition, and we're going to see some ultimates being thrown here, probably. Sansi is getting hacked there, but the EMP coming in there as well from Airborne 13-37. Diva Bomb manages to come in, doesn't manage to find anyone, but Alex manages to pick up Airborne 13-37. Freebuzz manages to find 2, but is it enough? Johan manages to get in when he pushes too far, manages to find 2 even, and Crunch Time manages to hold.
Cindy is still in the fight as well. She refuses to give up. She goes in and keeps fighting. It's amazing, the spirit that Brig has.
We have to remember, Rally Brig is a raid boss.
Fair enough. I agree on that one.
But they're not going to be continuing with it very much longer with Cine back on that Lucio. And American Chad here has an EMP. Looks like he wants to use it. He does want to use it. There it is. Johan manages to find Sansky with that Anadule. Quiet onto Kade as well. Very quick, swift hold there from Crunch Time.
Very, very well executed. And Emotus is now struggling to get back all the space that they once had.
Yes, but with 2 minutes 11 left on the clock, you certainly do have the time here, and it looks like they've been stacking up a lot on the ultimate front. Do you see how many ultimates coming up from Emotus and how many are coming up from Crunch Time? Because it looks a lot different picture, but let's see how they're going to take advantage of that. It looks like they're just trying to burst down Alex at the moment on that Reinhardt. Shield's very low, gets antied there. 1 HP as Alex, and Maywall comes in trying to save him. Heals come through, but the Blizzard comes in there from Kade, and Airborne 30-37 does manage to find Alex. Poor ENZ gets trapped in the room with the mini health pack, and they're gonna push the cart by the looks of it. It's only Slade and Johan on the point there. Quiet coming in as well, but Airborne 30-37 again with the clutch 4K, and well done to HP Emotus. You get to advance to the grand finals. Very, very well played as well from its Crunch Time. You tried, but unfortunately you were no match for the Chad plays of its Crunch Time. But let them have one last moment of glory with Slade's play of the game. Let's have a look at this real quick. Deadeye comes in, manages to find 2, gets that clutch flick onto the city's mech as well. And Simi and Sini, I can't get used to that. It's a shame they won, if I'm honest.
But what a beautiful play, and I can't wait to see more of it in the final.
Cannot wait to see more in the finals, and we will see you there very shortly. I've been George. This has been Hyper, my color caster, and we'll see you right there. still quite prominent on this first map as well, because you have so much high ground. But Airborne 3037 can utilize that high ground also on the Widowmaker if you're on the defense. And you can get so many picks off that if you're running a meta. So Peak Esports, they might have to pick what they're strong at, and they might have to pick the dive. But let's see, with 5 seconds left, we can reveal our compositions. Please dive.
We tried, George. We tried.
We tried. We certainly did. But there's the main
Zarya, however. That is interesting. I hope they keep it. We haven't seen much of a Zarya lately, or a Torb, or May. Okay, a lot of changes.
Yeah, we always end back up on meta. Don't worry about it though. But we could see, still could see some very good players around here, because as we know, there's a lot of different ways to play first point on Eichenwald. So I'm expecting to see a little bit more of point hold here from HB and Motus, because they're having to play more passive. But I hope they do go more aggressive, as it is working a bit more. But the doors are open. Sammy just trying to get some little poke damage. Had to pop the defense matrix there. Just trying to fight for the choke, you know, just poke a little bit. You have to be careful for a May wall here. And it looks like they get walled in there. But however, Golden Fish is very, very split here. Very, very nice May wall coming in there from Cade. Freebuzz goes down to Golden Fish though. We didn't expect that. Golden Fish frozen though, in a lot of trouble, has to come down. 2 players behind though, Everyone 30-37. Managed trying to pop off in the back, but Dark Dagger is there trying to peel for the Lucio. Manages to get the frag up. And PG Esports rolling in through the point.
Yeah, Emotus didn't count in on the fact that Peak Esports worked together to break that wall and help Goldfish out. That was such a great team play that we saw there, even if it was really, really quick. Emotus didn't have a chance to get that round before the team helped up, and now they need to defend further.
But now, after a very, very quick hold, HB Emotus does have an advantage in that they can hold very, very close to the archers here, so they could have a very, very good defensive play setup. But we have a nano boost and almost a deny coming in from both sides as well. Dark Dagger though, closer to that Diva Bomb, so let's see how this plays out. Tail with the nano boost coming on. Sansky manages to find his way onto the cart, dies for it as well. And also the Blizzard coming in there from Marches, manages to find 2 as well. And Peak Esports are rolling through. HB and Motus, what happened?
Yeah, Esport is pulling them together, pulling them apart. They're not really working as well together as they did on the previous in the semifinals. Peak Esports simply found their little weaknesses and worked together in order to counter.
It certainly did, and with the high ground advantage as well. I say that, but it looks like HB and Motors are going to fight for the high ground, but the cart is pushing away from them, so they have to make a decision quickly. And all of Peak Esports are on the bridge, and with Bortan's Deadeye manages to find Sansi straight away. Here's Airborne 30-37. Doesn't manage to find anybody with that, but the huge shatter there coming in from Golden Fish as well. 3 picks there. Airborne managed to find 1, but it's not really that good enough. And Simi's in a lot of trouble.
That shatter really cost them all. He should have held the shield just half a second longer, which is buying enough time in order for Peak Esports to get the second point.
Yeah, 5 minutes 28 on the clock as well. So Emotus is going to have to hold very, very well indeed, but they have been stacking up ultimates for quite a bit. So let's see what they can play with here. Just a little bit of poke on the corner, a little bit of a defensive wall coming there as well from Cade. But then here comes the aggressive wall there from Marches. Shatter coming in as well. Managed to find 2 of that as well. Maybe HB Emotus are back in this fight as well. But yeah, Prebuzz just kind of came in and swung on everyone.
The ult advantage really helped the Modus out there on that point, but will it be enough? It's still 4 minutes and 50 seconds for them to defend. And Peak Esport here is stacking up a lot of ults as well, going in, ready to take back what's theirs and what they have pushed up.
Yes, as well, as you said, that might be Peak Esports' plan to just stack up as many ultimates as possible and take the safe route of rolling with 6 ults, but let's see how this plays out. Anti-nade comes in there as well, but the mail comes in from both sides. Dark Dagger manages to find the eat onto Cade's mail, which is very, very good there. Cade manages to find Hammerfell though, regardless of the mail. Shatter coming in as well there from Golden Fish. Prebuzz goes down as well. It's kind of a stagnant fight right now. Airborne manages to find Marxus though as well. Deventrate is coming in there onto Borton's High Noon. Doesn't matter though. Still manages to find Cade though as well. Very, very scrappy brawl coming in from there. Goldenfish manages to find City as well with no Lucio. Now you can push if you're Peak Esports. But Priebus still holding very defensively here. Trying to see what he can do there. He's getting up close to that Shatter. There's the nano boost as well. Trying to help him along the way. 50% to Shatter as well. And what is Hammerfell doing behind them? He's in a lot of trouble if he stays there. But Deadeye coming in as well from Airborne 1337. Maybe a bit of an overcommitment, but bought them some time.
Peak really need to start pushing. They do have the advantage, they do have the ability, and they're kind of holding back and staggering themselves up when just regathering, even if they are an even score between the two teams.
I swear, if we were streaming, the chat would be spamming any 5-minute holders, but let's see how it goes. Priebus just going in really hard there. They're trying to get the ultimate advantages here, I see. They're coming up on 6 ultimates, our HB and Mortis. Just falling short a Peak Esports, but they do have a lot of stuff to play with here. If they can just poke a little bit, maybe build something, they can have a fully fledged plan set up. Kale is coming on that mail though, which really could be the fight winner, but Dark Dagger is no stranger to competitive eating. So let's see how this goes. Trying to poke at the corner. Maywall comes in there from Marches. Doesn't manage to find much value. Maybe a bit of a defensive ball, but both Maywalls in. There goes the bomb from Dark Dagger with the Shatter as well. Combo from the Golden Fish. Manages to find 3 picks total. And now you're in trouble if you're not Peak Esports. Dark Dagger with the amazing bomb. Very well coordinated with Golden Fish.
Nail that bomb again. Nail that Shatter. They're doing so well today. Emotus is struggling. They are regathering up. There will be a last fight. There's a lot of ults going on the Emotus side. Let's hope to see them in.
Oh, March is coming in there with a very, very early mail, trying to nullify anything they might have got. Very early 2 picks there coming in. Let's see if this even gets any value. Does not. Sound barrier has to come in though from Halathal due to the mail, and Goldenfish manages to find Sansky, so you have no heals on the board if you're HBMOs. And there's the point. Peak Esports managed to cut the point with minute 44 remaining, but they could have had a lot more. And I think the HBMOs are still well in this if they just play well.
I agree, they could have gone so much faster, but they still did well. They still played it really, really good. And again, Dagger, what a bomb. He knew exactly when the Shadow was coming in, the timing and everything. They're doing so well. I wish to see the same fire Modus had in the semifinals. They were doing so good.
They were doing extremely well, but I think that these opponents might just be their kryptonite, so to say. However, you're still very well in this if you're HB and Motus. A minute 44 on the clock, that's not enough time for you. Just don't worry about it. But anyways, let's see what they're going to try and roll out on here. It looks like that they're going to be rolling out on the same usual comp with the Ryan Deer. Let's hope to see Cade on this Farah as well. Just so maybe he's out of Major a little bit and he can pop off a little bit more. But you have to have the mercy to support Cade there. So no Lucio. That's going to be very, very bad for you if your plan is to play aggressive. But first point Eichenwald, anything can happen. Anything can happen on this map.
Dagger is really good, however, at shutting down those DPSs. So we will see how much value that pharmacy will actually get. Although they would think that Airborne is kind of out there to get some revenge, don't you think?
Maybe so. Like, I think his gameplay was a little bit rage-fueled there in the last match that we saw. He did manage to pop off quite a bit, but maybe with Cade on the fire, not a lot of plays can be set up without the May wall, but you can control the spacing a little bit more. As we see, Dark Dagger trying to contest that, but not really getting much value there. Prebuzz countercharge there. Dark Dagger manages to find Prebuzz as well as Bortan onto Cade. I mean, Bortan is probably going to have a field day on this McCree if Cade is just flying around.
There was the shutdown that I was expecting. The little diva showing up there and saying, hey, Farah, you can't just come here with those high heels and tell me what.
Come there with those high heels. I like that one. But But we do have a nano boost calling up on the side of Peak Esports. So let's see what Tail can do with this. Maybe they might use it early. Maybe they've taken our advice and not going to play so passive as we have seen. It looks to be like playing passive is going to be their downfall. Nano boost has come online now. But the Maywall comes in there. Massive anti-nade. Oh my goodness. Massive anti-nade coming in there from Sanskrit. And it forces Peak back off. Tail has the nano boost Golden Fish in order for him to stay alive. And he's just going to go charging straight for HB Emotus right there. Doesn't manage to find much value, but Bolton's going to come in with the Deadeye now. He has it online. Barrage coming online though for Kade as well. So Dark Dagger has to play a bit more careful.
Emotus there didn't get much space either. Peak Esport took every single angle and had the angle advantage, and they're coming in, and Dagger's getting Sunny again with the bomb coming in.
Very strong MVP candidate there is Dagger. He's just managing to find Diva bombs where no other Diva would, because I was not expecting that bomb to get much value myself, and I am a Diva player, so he's blowing my mind a little bit with this Diva play, but we are stacking ultimates on the side of HB Emotus. Dagger just taking a nap. No worry about it. Deadeye comes in and try and get him out of the fight, but he's awake, alive and well. A lot of ultimates coming in the side as well of Peak Esports, so it could be a very, very ultimate heavy fight here. However, you do have to attack, and you know the Sansi's going to come in with a nano boost. However, K with the barrage, sleep dart coming in there from Tail, and an amazing high noon combo as well from Bortan.
This team is so amazing, but so tough to watch, especially when we saw Emotus doing so well previously. It's kind of heartbreaking, but as you said, Peak Esport here is the kryptonite. They're taking down, and they're taking the space, and they're doing it so fantastically. I wonder if Emotus can even take the first point.
And I said something earlier off camera about Peak Esports team play has to be impeccable, and it honestly really is. Like that sloop dart from Tail there just managed to win them the entire fight, and the Bortan's high noon just to top it all off. Bravissimo. But anyways, we do have a couple of ultimates coming in. We're going to have to see how these two Reinhardts play, because they both have Shatter, so they're probably going to play both passive. So we'll just have to see what comes out. Tail has the nano boost ever to keep somebody up in this fight, and Prebuzz has found his way onto the point. Maybe the Shatter's going to come in. There it is. Double block from Golden Fish and the Shatter onto Prebuzz. Golden Fish, what are you doing? Oh my goodness me. Dark Dagger is frozen though, and so is Marchis, so they have to be careful. Also, the Blizzard coming in there from Kade as well. Airborne 1357, but Bortan has managed to find two himself. However, Airborne 1357 managed to deny Tail there. And HB Emotus managed to take it, but just by the skin of their teeth. Oh my goodness me.
On top of the overtime, they just took the point, and that was entirely thanks to the Diva, the male. I mean, taking all the space that they needed just to push in and get.
Exactly, and wait, what happened just there? So Simi switched onto Bastion for a split second of reset ult charge. I guess just to remat, but we'll have to see. Nano boost coming on the life of Sanskrit and Diva Bomb coming in from Dagger, and it looks like that the high ground is going to be the more respectable position here, because you can get a lot of value with a male and a Diva Bomb if you're positioned on the high ground. Not going to take the Archer's hold. There's Diva Bomb though, comes straight in, doesn't manage to find anyone, but does split up the tanks, and Golden Fish is going to have free reign on both of those tanks right there. That was a very, very good Diva Bomb there. Manages to split up the composition.
Peak Esport here weren't too happy at all to give out that point, and they're really showing that to Modus now with their more aggressive play, and as you said, kept the high ground over there with the advantages.
Yes, they do. And Sansky needs to use this nano boost, because you've had it for a very long time now, my friend. You do need to use that at some point. But let's have a look. Look at where Bortan is. Never mind, he just dropped. Oh my goodness. Can you let me cast, please? But it looks like they're just going to get shoved in there with the Maywalls, and Airborne 3037 managed to find Marchist. But look at Prebuzz here. Got frozen, antied, slept, everything. Nano boost kept him alive. Shatter coming in there as well from Golden Fish. Doesn't manage to find much. And Prebuzz with that nano boost managed to find two. And Airborne 3037 has the space now to find those picks. And well played from HB Motors, but you still have one more contest to deal with.
Can we give a little teeny tiny applause for Tail, though? Tail worked so hard to keep Golden Fish up there. I've never seen an Anna work harder than that. That was amazing. And thanks to the Lucia as well, he was kept alive far longer than what he should.
Yes, of course. But the Deadeye's going to come in now from Vortex. Sleep Dart coming in there from Sansi. What an amazing play there. And there is the Blizzard coming in from Cade. And they have to be careful here. Golden Fish tried to pin out of the Blizzard and managed to find Cine. And wow, Airborne, you're doing it again. You're popping off again.
This is the Emotus that we saw before. They got fired up. They're not taking this defeat as easily as we expect it to be. They're taking it on second point now, and Peak Esports need to get it together.
Yes, they do, especially on the Ultimate Academy standpoint, because they only have a Diva Bomb online to use for this push, and with 2 ultimates on the side of it, Motors, it's going to be difficult. But here's the early Diva Bomb. Maywall comes out so they can block it sufficiently. Airborne manages to find Botan as well, and here he is again. He's showing up as the man. Calling Big Boss Pine over here, but like, they're just going to push right up there. Only a minute left though.
They're trying their hardest, though. They're doing a really good job. They're pushing together, and they're doing it together. Priebus going in there, challenging the other Ryan, making sure that he can't challenge him back. And that is really putting a lot of pressure on Pico.
See, I don't know why Golden Fish didn't shatter while Prebuzz was sleeping. I guess everyone backed off, but a solo shatter might have helped there. But they're just going to be fighting for the cart here. City's going to be backed around that corner so he can't get caught out. And Airborne coming in with the Deadeye, walled up as well. Manages to find Marchus, but the Blizzard is also in. But the shatter from Prebuzz, denying the follow-up from the Blizzard and also the nade. But Golden Fish comes in with their own shatter onto Simi there as well. Hammerfall manages to finish off Prebuzz. And Bortan on Cade as well. They're in a lot of trouble. Only 10 seconds left to get on the point. Cine going down as well. And this could just be the finals for Peak Esports here. Manchester on the Doom as well, coming in back in and picking off City. You only have Prebuzz to stall the point on the Wrecking Ball. And every cooldown has just been poured in. Overtime. Can you find the point if you're on the Tracer on Cade? And no, it looks like you can't. But well done to Peak Esports there. Amazing play. Could have done it a lot better though, but well done also to Emotus. You gave us a glimmer of hope as well, but unfortunately it just wasn't your day.
What a play though. What a play.
Let's have your last moment of glory. Here's the shatter. Oh my goodness. Tail going off and setting up the Deadeye there for Airborne 37. A very, very good effort. A star for effort, but unfortunately just didn't want to happen. But
well,
anyways,
I'm impressed of all the teams that we've seen today. Such an amazing, high-quality games that we've been able to look through and to be able to cast. Good job to both the teams. They fought so well. But yeah, I gotta say, today's MVP, especially in this map, that's gotta go to Dark.
Oh yes, 100%. Such impeccable Diva play. Like his Diva play is so good that I can't even talk. Like, come on. But
absolutely.
But amazing Diva bombs where I thought he couldn't get any, and especially with those defense matrix, because he was the only one to actually deny a May ult in this match. So very well done to Dark Dagger. You are my MVP of this match, as well as Hypers. However, this has been the Oversalt Bronze to Top 500 Grand Finals. Well done to Peak Esports for winning, and HBM Motors, you're in second place. The effort was there, and you definitely deserved that. I have been George Overwatch. With me has been Hyper, and we'll catch you in the next one. Thank you very much.
Thank you.